So, homework assignment for this week. We are talking in science about properties of and changes in matter. And so, one of the things we look at is the environmental impact of properties and changes in matter. So, we're going to take a look very specifically at the use of chemical preservatives that make some food last longer, but may have an impact on human health. So, your job in this next week is to go online, and I want you to find out what kind of preservatives are put into our food to make it last longer. That's the first question. What preservatives are used in food to make them last longer? So where could we go for that information besides the internet?
Books?
Possibly books.
Your parents?
Possibly your parents.
Nutrition labels?
That's the one I was thinking of, was nutrition labels. So we've been looking at labels, and we know that the ingredient lists are listed on the back of them from looking at that in health. And so I want you to look at the ingredients list and see if you can figure out which is the preservative that's in most foods. Then, I want you to find out what kind of impact this preserve has on the human body. Okay? So, I'm not going to give any examples, but there are some very common ones that certain products have started reducing in their foods, which means their shelf life isn't as long. So that means that you go to the store and most things have an expiry date on them, and the expiry date isn't as far out as they once were, because what they found was by having that preservative in the food, it was having an impact on human health. So now the second question I want you to answer is, what is that impact? Okay. So where can we go for our research? So the second part of that. Yep.
Search about, we could look on search of impact.
Yep, so you could look at the impact of preservatives. Health Canada has lots of information because it's something they're trying to reduce. There's also the food and beverage policy that is now in place for students is to address this issue. So when we're looking at purchasing things like buns for Hot Dog Day, we have to make sure that the food purchases we're making meet those requirements. Okay? So there's some good information out there as well that will support you in finding out the answers to those questions. Any questions about what you're responsible for doing? Thursday's homework club is going to be important, especially if you don't have access to the internet from home. Yes?
We just find one, like preservative or more than one?
What preservatives, so S suggests
So more than
more than one, are often used in foods to make them last longer. And what you'll find is that there is a chemical and then there is kind of versions of that same chemical.
So we list them off and
Yeah. Okay, Marissa.
Do we have to find, how much do we have to find? I know more than one, but it's
So see what your research finds you.
okay.
Okay?
If we find something, do we have to write a sentence or something on it, or a paragraph, or just list it?
Somebody want to answer that question for me?
Just list it?
So in the case where I'm asking you to just list, you're going to list. However, what impact does the preservative have?
Could you kindly go to the gymnasium?
Is going to involve what?
Please go to the gymnasium.
So the first question is going to be a list that you're going to put in as a sentence. The second one is going to be paragraph because you're going to have some more supporting details and information there. Other questions? Okay, thank you.